Alright Damien, we've had a look at the Derby, we're going to have a look at the Oaks now. Same strategy. What will come through the first quarter in the Oaks?
The first quarter in the Oaks, I think it's wide open. You have the Oaks favourite, Breast Lanterns there. You have the likes of Data Music Died, Some Little Lady, Leah Smokey. I think, talking to Brian Dial after Breast Lantern won her trial stake in Treasury, he said he never seen a bitch come away from slips like her. If she starts blowing away from slips in Clonmel, she's a sister to the Blades dog, so it's all about speed. Whether she can keep going for number ones, I don't know, but I think she's definitely fast enough to win an Oaks. Whether her biggest danger in that quarter, I think, could be maybe Leah Smokey ran very, very well in North Kilkenny in the Cup. She to be withdrawn in the semi-final. She took a nasty tumble, but she's not too bad this year. When she won a tri-stick impressively, and then to go to a semi-final with bitch stake is good going. So she could be the one to trouble in that quarter.
Yeah, I got to say the same. Breast Lantern appears to be the one. Beta Brett in there could meet Breast Lantern in the second quarter. I think that'll be a cracking buckle between those two. I think the winner that'll probably go on and win the quarter. A bitch I like in there is Kington Jessie. She's had plenty of outings. She was pretty unlucky early on in the season. She was beaten in a couple of trial stakes, yeah, and she ran really, really well. I was taken back by the way she went on and won her trial stake. I'd love to see her do well for Connection as well. This is their first ever runner to get to Powerstown, and I hope she can run well at a big price. But I do think Breast Lantern, Beta Brett in the second round, probably the winner that'll win will win the quarter. Second quarter, what's your selection here?
Laytown Girl is my each way fancy for the Oaks. She's trained by Francie Murray. I know Francie now he wouldn't be connecting now. You wouldn't see him in Clonmel every year with runners, but you know the last time we seen a track man in Denny Lennon, he won the Derby. So listen, Francie Murray's as good as a man in Ireland to do a dog, and I think Laytown Girl will run very well. I seen her win her trial stake in Balbriggan, and she just went down the link to Hargy Baby in the Cup Stevens' Day in Borrisalee, so that's good form. Hargy Baby is qualified for the Champion Bitch Stake, so that's good enough form. The bottom of that quarter, then you'd be looking at the likes of Dale Ashgard. The way she's bred, she's out of an Oaks winner. She hasn't been seen since, so she's going to run very well. But I'd be hoping that Laytown Girl will come out of that quarter.
I think Dale Ashgard is one of the best bets, just to win her quarter. I think she's exceptional. She was very impressive in Dungannon. After she won in Dungannon, the whole place was talking about her. She was unlucky in her first outing. I think it's a decent quarter, but in comparison to a few others, I think Dale Ashgard will come through there. I just think the way the talk was for the money that we've seen on her as well in the book, I think plenty of people are talking her up to the last. I think she could be the real deal. She's out of an Oaks winner. The breeding is there. She was beaten in her first outing, but I think she ran well in her first outing but she followed up in Dungannon. I think she's the one to come through that quarter. Moving on to the third, what's your fancy here?
Well, the money it hasn't stopped coming for Tournament since she won her trial stake. There's even more money on this weekend. So the way she's bred for Classic Glory. She's taken on though Wind Farm Ivy. She was a bitch that was Pack Horton bought, so they don't buy these bitches if they're not good enough. So that could be a good bit of a buckle, but I think Tournament should come out of it. Looking elsewhere, I think Jeffy's Twinkle in that quarter. She'll stay running all day. She's a little sister to Timber House. She's out of a half sister. She's out of a sister of Adios Alonso. So I think they'll stay running all day. The further she goes in the competition, I think the better she'll get. There's a course there in the bottom of that quarter, Ballyvery River and Ellen. I think whatever comes out of that could go to the quarterfinals. I wouldn't like to pick which one, but I'd be picking Tubber the Mall to come out of that quarter.
Yeah, I think the same. I think Tubber the Mall to win Farm Ivy is going to be a massive buckle. I'm sure there'll be plenty of money down before then, and there'll be plenty of talk between now and then as well. It was one that took a big gasp at the draw last night when we were both present. But I think Tubber the Mall will just have the little bit of class, and I hope the Connections do really, really well as well there. Matt's Country is 40 to 1. She only had one outing. She won that in Cavan. I think she's a big price. She won that. There has been one or two trial stake winners come out at that Oaks trial stake as well. La Bamba ran up there as well. So I think Matt's Country, if she comes on for the run that she had in her first outing, I think at 40 to 1 she could be a big price. I think she might go a couple of rounds, but I just think Tubber the Mall's class will be too strong. Finally, the fourth quarter, what's coming through here?
Like Michael Dunn was very unlucky. Like his three bitches to be drawn one after another. Like so, it's hard luck on him that there are three more drawn. I think he'll get one of them through. I think. Skellig Star Wars are meeting Boschke. The two of them met in Doon. There wasn't a lot in it. It's hard to call it, but definitely Boschke I think might have the upper hand if Skellig Star Wars when they meet again to make it 2-0 to Boschke. A bitch I really like is Two Steps Closer. She ran very well in Castle Island. She was beaten by Boschke in the quarterfinals. I was surprised actually she was beat, but she came on and she won very impressively afterwards. And then Michael's other runner, Mantle Maple, she's serious early pace. She was odds on to win Needon Derry. Something went wrong in the final. She won pressfully after in Bandon. She's meeting Ballyveary Baby, another one trained by Dennis Driscoll. She might just have the upper hand there, but I'm going to have to go with 2 steps closer to come out of that bottom quarter.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go for Boschke. I've been talking about form to you off air a couple of times. I just think her form is just the best there is around. Really, she beat the favourite on the way to win her trial stake. There was only 3 or 4 top quality bitches in that, and they were miles ahead of the rest.
Yeah.
I think if she can frank that form, I think she's a bitch that'll go all the way. It's a really tough quarter. I think there's plenty in there. The Droopies bitches only had 1 outing. You don't really know what potential she could have. Inslips all in is there as well. There's loads in there that could potentially go on and win the Oaks. But I've said Boschke for a long time, and I'm going to stick with her. I think she'll come through the bottom quarter. So name your final and name the winner.
Like I said, I'm a fan of Leighton Girl. I think she's a bit of an outsider, but she could run very, very well. She might be meeting the real fast ones at the right time. Maybe in the third morning she gets there, maybe might come out of top half. As I said, it's hard between 2 steps closer and Tubbard and Malt. I maybe just side with 2 steps closer. She just caught my eye in Castlane, and she could be one to go to it, but my money going to be on Leighton Girl.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Dale Asgard to come from the top half, and I'm going to go for Boschke to come through the bottom half. I'm sticking with Boschke to win the Oaks.